Hey everybody, this is Lexi coming at you with another episode. Today's topic is going to be finding a recording studio that works best for you as an artist. As an artist in search of a recording studio, it's important that you understand the type of artist you are and understand your needs so that they can be met. So I've compiled a few questions to ask yourself in order to make sure that you're getting everything you need in a recording studio. The first question you want to ask yourself is, what kind of artist are you? Are you a rapper? Are you a singer? What kind of genre of music are you recording? Are you recording hip hop, rap, pop, R&B, country, blues, whatever the case may be? You really want to get a good understanding of what genre you are, because that's going to play somewhat of a big deal in which studio you decide to choose. You want to make sure that you're picking a studio, or at least have a preference for a studio that is familiar with working artists who are in your same genre. If you're a rock artist, you probably don't want to record at a studio that deals mostly with hip hop artists, just because that studio is not familiar with your sound and how to make you fit into the genre or give you the type of quality that that genre is characteristic for. Understanding what type of artist you are and what kind of sound you want to accomplish is very important for choosing a studio. You want to make sure that you can find a studio who can record vocals if all you need is to record vocals over your track. If you have any instruments that you want to record, make sure the studio can accommodate you on that as well. If you're a little more advanced, you want to make sure that the studio has the type of gear, equipment, hardware, software, plugins available to get you the sound that you're looking for. It's okay to call the studios and ask for a list of their gear, but most of the time studios will have an outline of all the gear and plugins that they provide on a website, so just be on the lookout for that. The next question you want to take into consideration: what are your habits? This question is really for you to understand the little things that you need to be able to give your best performance possible. Not all artists are going to need the same things to get them in the right mental space to give the best performance that they can. For me personally, all I need really is some water and for the lights to be low. And if an engineer is recording me, for that engineer to listen well and move quickly. But some other artists, they might prefer to be able to drink or to smoke in the studio. That's a big factor that you want to consider before booking some time and committing to recording at a certain studio. Make sure that the studio even allows smoking or allows drinking. Personally, I don't like smoking, and I don't like to drink alcohol during a session because it dries out my throat and makes me dehydrated. But that's just my personal preference. That's what works for me. The point here is to figure out what works best for you and what's going to get you into the mood to be in the best possible space that you can to give the best performance that you can. Are you going to want to bring people to the studio session with you? This is very important because not many people realize that a lot of studios actually will limit the amount of people that you can bring into the session with you. And that's really just to look out for the artist. As the artist, your main goal in the studio is to make sure that you are working to get your record done. If you have too many people around you, there are too many distractions, you're not focused on giving your best possible performance. So that's another thing to keep in mind. It's all about setting the right tone and the right vibe in your session to make sure it's running the way that you want it to be run. You're the artist. It's all about you. A third thing you want to keep in mind when you're choosing a studio to book is your budget. How much money are you willing to spend? If this is your first time at a studio, you probably want to try a 2-hour session. At least that's what I would recommend, just to make sure that you understand how quickly you work or how slowly you work, and to get familiar with being in a studio in general and how it works to record a song. There are studios with hourly rates as low as $25 an hour, and there are studios with hourly rates as high as $200 per hour. So you really need to figure out how much time you're going to need to record and how much money you're willing to spend. Now, if you're recording one song at a time or one song per session, you need to budget accordingly. Or if you want to record 5 to 10 songs in one session and book a huge block, that might be another option for you as well. And a lot of times studios actually have special rates for large blocks of studio time like that. So see if you can work out a deal in that respect. The last question you want to ask yourself is, how far are you willing to travel to go to this studio? Do you have reliable transportation? Or are you depending on a bus system or some kind of car service to get you to and from? You want to make sure you're on time. And if you don't think you can get there with the transportation that you have, maybe you should hold off on booking a session until you can secure a ride and have a little bit of peace of mind to make sure that you'll get there on time. All of these are pretty solid questions to ask yourself before booking a studio session. You want to make sure you understand yourself as an artist and understand any needs or accommodations that you need, so you're not only wasting your time and your money, but so you're making sure that you get everything that you want as far as the atmosphere, the vibe, and the sound of your record. Remember, you're the artist, so it's all about you and what works best for you in any recording situation. If you found this video helpful, please like it. Comment below and tell me what you like, or tell me what you didn't like. I want to hear all of it. Ask me any additional questions if you have any. Give me some feedback if you want to. Also, don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this. Thank you for watching. Until next time.